Welcome back to Switzer. Does size really matter when it comes to business? Leading sales and marketing expert John Lees doesn't seem to think so, and he's here in the studio to tell us why. Welcome to the program, John.
Thank you. Thank you. Nice to be here.
So, John, before we start, you've been on the program before, just could we give the viewers a quick recap of who you are and your success and achievements in the sales and marketing arena?
Yeah. Well, I'm 30 years old, a liar. No, I worked for many years with an organisation called Switzer. So I managed the marketing and sales operations for Australia and New Zealand. We achieved market leadership in Australia against giants. We became the most profitable company for the company worldwide. So that was it was a very interesting experience for me.
Yep.
So that was the mainstay of what I've been doing. And in the meantime, I've been talking at conferences and doing training sessions for companies and business coaching and all that kind of thing.
Okay. So you are regarded as one of Australia's leading experts on sales, and you've been on the speaking circuit for a number of years. In terms of an issue that we're looking at for small business, if you are a small to medium company and you're up against competitors that are large multinationals, what's the best way to put up a fight?
Well, let's just forget business for a moment and ask a simple question. The United States is very large, is it not?
It is indeed.
New Zealand is quite small, relatively speaking.
Yep.
Which one has the best rugby team?
Good question.
Okay.
Good question.
The question is why? Because size there is massive. New Zealand takes rugby very seriously. They're very passionate about it. America play it here and there, but they're not passionate. They have no heroes and what have you. So the number one rule for success in business is not size. It is to do with a word called contribution. See, most suppliers are distributors. They're distributing services, professional services, or products, and 5% are contributors and distributors. So contributors are people who not only deal with products, they deal with ideas. And there's an old saying that I know because I created it: products cost money, ideas make money. So you're either in the ideas business or you're in the product business. If you're in the product business, it's very, very difficult.
It's selling a commodity.
Yeah, well, commodity and any other kind of product that the customers can get easy access to. So you've got to be able to provide ideas.
Yep. So you gave the example of the All Blacks and the American Eagles. Any other examples that can demonstrate this?
Yes.
In business?
Yes, absolutely. At Switzer, how did we achieve market leadership over the giants? Great companies, L'Oreal, Weller, fabulous companies.
Yep. So for those that don't know, how much bigger company is L'Oreal to, say, a Schwarzkopf?
Massive.
Yeah.
At the time, very, very large, and deservedly so. Great company, and Schwarzkopf was a multinational, but a relatively small one. So our customers were salon owners, very nice people, passionate people, artistically inclined people, hard-working people, and what have you. They could buy products anywhere. They could buy them from L'Oreal, from Schwarzkopf, from Goldwell, from Weller, all manner of companies, wholesalers, and what have you. But the greatest problem of salons was not how to buy product, it was how to build their business. Because these were people who were running small businesses. They needed all the help they could get. We had a board of customers, no other company did. Our board in Australia and New Zealand gave us to understand that the greatest problem of salons, and indeed all small businesses, is not buying product, it's how do I make a success of my product, which is my business. So we decided that we would help our customers to do that, and we did on a gradual, progressive basis. And as a result, we became the company of choice. It's like bees around the honey pot.
Okay, so I'm a small business sitting at home trying to sell a product that I know I'm competing with a lot of larger players.
Yeah.
I'm feeling pretty despondent about that. What are some of the processes that I can put in place, or the techniques that I can use to grow my sales in the year ahead and prove that size doesn't matter?
Well, the first thing you have to do is have a good view of the market. See, most people who are involved in business are at ground level, like a soldier. And if you interviewed a soldier in the middle of a battle and said, what's going on, he'll tell you, but he doesn't really know because he doesn't have an aerial view of what's happening. So in business, the first thing you have to do is have an aerial view. What is the competition like? Now, one of the books I wrote is this one here, which is
What's
called the Ultimate Marketing Challenge to create and sell the third result. And what I'm saying here is
the Ultimate Marketing Challenge to create and
sell the third result. Because whether people realize it or not, everybody sells a result. There are 3 results you can sell, only 3. One is a result that was expected by the market. You distribute product, you give good service, you've got nice people, good trading terms, everything is as I would expect it to be. You're not going to attract much attention with that. You'll get business, but you won't attract much attention. The second result is something marginally better, a little bit slightly better service, a slightly lower price, but again, no one's going to change for that. The third result is a much better contribution, a much better result for the customer in an area that matters. And that requires study. So I don't want to call this a whimsical thing. If you study the market, you will find that in 95% of cases, most companies, most suppliers are simply distributors of products or services. They are not contributors of ideas. They don't see to it that the customers succeed with their product. So if you are running a small business and you're concerned about the future, then the first thing you should be concerned about is studying the market and find out where the second gap is. Not the first gap. The first gap is buying. The second gap is succeeding. The second gap is absolutely essential to any business. And it's only when you enter the second gap that you begin to form your own queue as you go into the market.
Is there anything else you should be doing?
Yes, you should make absolutely sure that you have a clear distinction between your message to the market and the messengers, your salespeople, that take the message to the market. Now, in most organizations, although no one meant for this to happen, the messengers are the message. The salespeople, you know, you go and talk to 5, 10, 20 people, you'll have a completely different message. That's not a good idea. So from a marketing point of view, number one, is the message a third result message? Are we forming our own queue, or are we just fighting everyone else on price, etc., relationship? And secondly, are the messengers, our salespeople, delivering the message as we require it to be? I don't mean to be clinical and cold.
No.
And cardboard cutouts and robots. I don't mean that, but very high quality standards for selling. Otherwise, you don't deserve to be in first place.
Okay. One of the principles that you've made your own and I guess been famous for is talking about this board of customers.
Yes.
Talk us through that.
Okay, well, if I ask an audience when I'm doing a conference how important is teamwork, everybody nods predictably. If I then say to them, are the customers a part of your team, they're not quite sure what to say. But for most organizations, the customers are not part of the team. And the evidence is that they don't meet with the customers outside of transaction mode. They don't invite them to their conferences. They're not really part of the group. So we had a board of customers, as I said, in Australia and New Zealand, and we met with them 3 times a year for a day and a half at a time, and this lasted almost 10 years. So we were never left in any doubt. 1, what did they think of our company as a supplier compared to other companies? Number 2, what were their real problems? Their real problems. Not the ones that they would tell suppliers, like you were late with your delivery, can you give me a better price? But I mean their real problems. And as I've already told you, our customers' problems were, how do I build this business? How do I get more customers? How do I have more productive, creative staff? How do I learn to be a good manager and a good leader? How do I learn to plan? And so forth and so on. So it's essential that a board of customers means that you are working with your customers on an ongoing basis. Now, an Australian company that moved to America and has been trading there for 8 years and has had 100% compound growth for the last 7 years.
Good numbers.
Very good numbers, very good company. The company's called Vionic Group.
What do they do?
They sell orthotic shoes and what have you, and they used to trade under Dr. Vasily.
Yeah.
So I work with them. They've created a board of customers in America, and they are getting tremendous mileage out of it because they are connecting themselves to the customers. And when you do that, you then begin to realize what do they think of you and what do you have to do to improve as a supplier, as a distributor, and then where are their real problems so you can find the gaps, the second gap, in order to become a contributor.
Great. Well, look, really good advice. If people want to contact you, they can go to your website.
Which is just johnlees.com.au.
Excellent. Thanks for coming on the program.
Thank you.